Alrighty, it's wood cutting time, and I thought I'd take a minute, take a break, and show everybody my chainsaw, and show the people that don't know much about these things how they work. This is a husqvarna, excuse me, model 445, bought from Lowe's in Lindale, Texas, about a year ago. Just put a new bar on it, but let's take the cover off here because the chains come loose. And show you the inner workings here. Got my trusty wrench here and wearing my gloves. Turned into Andrew up there in New York. Mr. C.W. Color Very Wild. Alrighty. We've got the inside cover here. This is the chain brake clutch, operated by the handle here. If it should kick back up on you, it pushes that lever back, then flips this. There's a spring inside here, and then it tightens up these bands right here, kind of like a old school 1920s, 1930s brake setup. Okay, and then that clamps down on the clutch here, the chain clutch, and stops the chain moving so that you don't accidentally cut your leg off if you drop the chainsaw, or if it kicks back up on you, or whatever. Got the slide mechanism for the chain here. This is the inside of the adjuster mechanism to adjust the tension on the chain. You can see I got a little too much grease in here coming out of the oiler, which is, let's turn it up on our side. The oiler compartment's right here. Fill it up with oil, and the oil, this thing's still a little hot, so let's get a little stick here and lift up. And you can see there's a little passageway right there where the chain oil comes out. It drips down on the chain and everything, and every once in a while on this model, with this bar, not with the old bar that I had, it gums it up a little bit and it slides a little in there too easy. This is a larger bar than what the chainsaw came with. It's not actually longer, it's wider and thicker. Excuse me. As you can see here, this is the spring right here is the part of the chainsaw suspension. The handle itself, see right here, is fixed mounted onto the back of the base, but the actual engine, the blade, and everything is set on springs. It's one of the things that makes these Husqvarna chainsaws so nice to work with, because unlike some of the McCulloughs and Polands and the cheaper chainsaws that don't have this, those things will kill you. They'll beat your arms to death in a day. Whereas this thing will work longer than I can work. As long as I've got a good sharp chain on it, got gas in it, got chain oil in it, I can work this thing all day long without really having to worry a lot about arm fatigue. Whereas with a lot of other chainsaws, you just can't do that. You got to hand it to the Scandinavian people. They know how to build chainsaws. This one, Husqvarna, is out of Norway, I believe. I think that's what it says on here somewhere, where it was built in Norway, I believe. But I've had it a year, and I've had no problems out of it. I mean, it starts no matter what the temperature is within. I'll show you the starting procedure on it real quick. I'm not going to start it up because it's loud. Show the starting procedure. Pump the bulb 3 times. Squish, 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 squish. This is a compression release. You push it down. Okay. Choke up. You squeeze your handles. Pull the start thing. Pull it once. Okay. And then you'll have to put the choke down. Okay. And then after you do that, you pull it the next time, and it starts every time. Unless you run it out of gas, which means you'll have to do an extra pull and then pump it back up again to get the fluid back up in the carburetor. But I've had a lot of chainsaws, and this is by far the best one I've ever owned. I paid I want to say $299 for it at Lowe's, and it was worth every penny. You can see the tree that I'm working on. In the camera it doesn't look very big, except that is a hickory tree. And that hickory tree, the wood is just hard as it can be. I've had people come out here with other kinds of chainsaws and with other, lesser brands and try to cut at these hickory trees that I have, and they're dulling chains within 5 minutes and then bogging their chainsaws down, and they're just not cutting through it. Whereas I did most of this yesterday after cutting down 150-foot elm tree that was right there and cutting it up, and I still haven't sharpened my chain yet. It's almost, when I get done with this tree, I'll have to sharpen the chain. But that's how good their product is. I buy nothing but Husqvarna chains for this. The only part I've replaced on it was the bar, and the only reason I replaced it is because I wanted to go with the bigger chain to get a little bit extra life out of it. Like I said, the other bar is a little bit thinner right through here. It's still 18 inches long, but the chain itself is actually about 2 inches longer than the standard. But overall, if you're going to buy a chainsaw, there you go. Go get you an orange. I mean to tell you, these things are hosses, and this isn't even the biggest one they make. My local store carries a 20-inch Rancher model that was $369. My father has one of those, and I took down a 150-foot tall hickory tree in the back with it a couple of years ago on one chain and 1 tank of fuel. Took it down and cut it up, and the trunk on it was as big as round as, say, there's not any front yard here that are as big as that one was. It was probably about 3 feet across, about twice the size of that tree right there that's got the chain horse hanging from it. They're good chainsaws. If you're going to buy one, you're going to spend the money and you're going to actually be using it, get you a good one. And take it from me, these are the best there are. I've used all different kinds of brands. The only one that comes even close is a Steel. And I'll stick with this orange. When I wear this one out, I'll buy another one, but I honestly don't foresee wearing out. I've got a member of my church who has one that's 25 years old, and he still hasn't even replaced anything but the spark plug on it, and I I think I replaced the coil in it about 5 years ago. Other than that, simple maintenance. Chains, bars, that's about it. They are really good chainsaws. So I'm going to turn this camera off and get back to work. I thought I'd show everybody my little chainsaw I'm proud of and show you a little bit about it if y'all got any questions. You know, some of the younger kids out there that have never seen any actual chainsaws or have never worked with any. You got any questions, just ask me. I'll be happy to answer. And y'all have a good day. And remember, our American soldiers, they're out there fighting for you guys.